Are you aware that we have relative atomic mass and we also have molecular mass of a compound? All right, follow me. Let me show you how to calculate the relative molecular mass of a compound. Let's go. It's not difficult. It is simple. Follow me. All right, you have this. We have relative molecular mass. You can call it molar mass, relative molecular mass. All right, the molar mass of a compound is the mass of the correctly written formula or one molecule of that compound. It means that the compound that you are finding is relative molecular mass or molar mass. First of all, you have to write its molecular formula very well. If you make a mistake in writing the molecular formula, that means that you can never get its molecular mass. Is it clear? So the first step is for you to write the molecular formula very well before you now start looking for its molar mass or one molecule of that compound obtained by adding together the appropriate relative atomic masses of all the atoms of the elements present in the molecule. All right, so how do we now obtain the relative molecular mass of a compound? We obtain that by adding all the relative atomic masses of each atom of elements that are contained in that word compound. All right, so what are we talking about? This simply means that for you to be able to find the relative molecular mass of a compound or molar mass of a compound, first of all, you should know the individual relative atomic mass. Sometimes they may be given if you are lucky, sometimes they may not be given. You need to know at least first 20 elements, their relative atomic masses, and all these popular elements, you need to know their relative atomic masses, because sometimes, depending on your level, if you are in senior secondary school, they may be given to you, but anything above secondary school, if you are given the relative atomic mass of any element when such question is asked, that means that you are lucky. All right, because by that time they assume that you are supposed to know them by that time. So here now, let me show you sample so that you see how this thing can be what solved. All right, we have example 2. Example 2 says calculate the relative molecular mass of sodium tetraoxo sulfur 6. All right, sodium tetraoxo sulfur 6. Then we have hint that relative atomic mass of sodium is 23, that of oxygen is 16, and that of sulfur is 32. All right, so we have solution like this. First of all, you write the formula, molecular formula. Sodium tetraoxo sulfur 6, we have this. We have sodium tetraoxo sulfur 6. We have it like this. Sodium tetraoxo sulfur 6 is like this. All right, so here now, it means that we have 2 atoms of what? Sodium. We have 1 atom of sulfur, and we have 4 atoms of what? Oxygen. So for relative atomic mass of sodium, we have 23. So you say 23 times the number we have here, which is what? 2, plus sulfur, we have 32, times the number we have here, which is 1, plus oxygen, we have 16, times the number we have here, which is what? 4. Can you see that? All right, I believe it is not difficult. So 23 times 2 will give us what? 46, plus, when you multiply this, you have 32. When you multiply this, you have 64, like this. Can you see that? All right, so what do? We add together. This 64 plus 46, it will give us what? 110. 46 plus 64, it will give us what? 110. 110 plus 32, it will give us 142. So we have this 142. Can you see that? All right, so it means that relative molecular mass of this sodium tetraoxo sulfur 6 is equal to, we have 142 gram per mole. So we have it to be 142 grams per mole. That is how it can be solved. It is not difficult. I believe that you enjoyed the way I just solved it. Remember, this is Engineer Kenneth tutorial. Follow this page and share this video so that it will get to the right students that need to acquire this mathematical knowledge in order to get educated. Bye.